Well, Governor Ron DeSantis criticized Orange County State Attorney after the deadly shooting spree, and now Senator Rick Scott is demanding accountability. He says the accused murderer should have never been on the street. The sheriff says the suspect has a criminal history, many of the arrests, though, when he was a juvenile.
WESH 2's Marley Martinez sat down with the state attorney today and asked if the office ever considered charging the teen as an adult.
I want to be clear, I'm not hiding from what happened in this case.
On Tuesday, we sat down with State Attorney Monique Worrell, the day after Governor Ron DeSantis weighed in on the deadly shooting spree in Pine Hills.
But these prosecutors need to take this seriously.
We do our jobs and we take it very seriously, and to imply otherwise is absolutely shameful.
According to the sheriff's office, 19-year-old Keith Moses has been arrested nearly 20 times before, at least 8 felony and 11 misdemeanor arrests, including possession of a firearm by a minor and robbery with a deadly weapon.
I get tired of hearing the same names over and over again, the same people who are carrying guns in our community and the same people are committing violence. So we definitely need to hold our criminals accountable.
Was it ever a consideration of the state attorney's office to pursue trying him as an adult?
I can't speak to that because all of that happened prior to my tenure as state attorney. But I will tell you that the level of cases that we see, generally speaking, if they are not increasing violent behavior, then typically trying a child as an adult is not a determination that we make.
Worrell pointed to the case last month where an Amazon delivery driver was robbed at gunpoint in Orange County.
One of the individuals in that case was in fact direct filed and charged as an adult. He served 6 years in prison from the age of 17. He was released in November. He was charged with this new offense in January. So for those individuals who say that charging a child as an adult and sentencing them with adult sanctions is the answer, there is a perfect example of how that is not the answer. We have to increase what we are doing in our programs to reduce the likelihood of recidivism.
On Tuesday, Senator Rick Scott sent Worrell this letter demanding answers and accountability. He said if convicted, nothing short of the death penalty should be sought.
Will you be pursuing the death penalty with this case?
I can't speak to the details of this case because it's an open and ongoing investigation, and it would be inappropriate for me to do that. So I am confident that this case will be handled appropriately.
Given that the governor has weighed in on this case already, do you have any concerns that if your office does not pursue the death penalty, that he would remove the case from your jurisdiction?
I make decisions based on what the right thing to do is. I don't make decisions based on political reasons. And honestly, as I said earlier, the fact that this tragedy has been politicized is shameful.
Bottom line, when you have folks that have been following this story since last Wednesday and they wonder, why was this 19-year-old on the street? What is your response to that?
That there is nothing that I reviewed that was done inappropriately in the past cases that this individual has had with our office. And when you ask yourself, why was someone on the street? We need to ask ourselves as a community, are we wanting to sentence children to life imprisonment? Because in that line of thinking, that would be the only way to prevent someone who has committed any offense as a child from ever committing another offense again.
In Orange County, Marley Martinez, WESH 2 News.